Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome on my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Judge Rata. Like we've said a lot of things about him, we've seen a lot of things about him, and we know that every day he keeps getting worse. He doesn't care. Oh, he doesn't care, my dear. Oh, my dear, he doesn't care. But before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you're doing that, you'll be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. Please, we need to get to 15K subscribers at the end of November. Kindly, please. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to believe what happened in court yesterday. We've seen confusion. We've seen a drama. We've seen inconsistencies. But this, in fact, it's one of those things that he does. But yesterday, he was worse. This was a full-blown judicial plot twist live on record, and it left the entire courtroom stunned and the people that were watching as Abondaba, and the other people that are just watching to follow through and see what's going to happen with this case. Baloyi puts in a wrong version on the witness, Mr. Absalom Zungu. And what we saw next, so we start with Baloyi. He puts a version to a witness, right? A version that the witness never actually said in that manner. Ne? He sort of said that, he sort of implied something along those lines, but not the way Judge Rata put it and tried to force it. It never happened that way. He pulled a ghost version, Gesana, out of thin air, and he forced it. Mnisi jumps in and objects on the situation. Advocate Mnisi hears this and immediately he objects, and rightfully so. You can't confront a witness with a version they never gave. You need to put it as it was. As Mnisi was trying to do that's cross-examination 101 kind of vibes, Judge Rata enters. The shocking moment, Gesana, was that. And then, like the clock work, Gesana, you know which Judge Rata jumps in. He doesn't ask for clarity. He doesn't replay the record. He doesn't even entertain Mrs. point. He doesn't even allow Missy to continue talking. He speaks over him. Guys, he defends Baloyi again, as per usual. He defends, and he says, and I quote, I listened, I heard him. He said so, clear as day, son. He said so. I listened, I heard him. He said so. Hey, clear as the sunlight. Ooh, my goodness, my goodness. I can't with that old man. I can't with that old man. And this is where the entire courtroom jaw collectively hit the floor, Gesan, including us. We were like, wow. We were looking down as if we were demons. We were shocked and we were like, wow, Judge Rata, wow. What a wow, sir. What a wow. Baloyi himself now comes up, and the very person the judge was busy defending confirms that the witness did not say what the judge claims he said. And Mnisi now get his opportunity to put it right the way it was said. So now think about this. Even the cross-examiner says, no, actually the witness didn't say that, but the judge insists he did. What are we watching, guys? How do you explain all of that? Do you know what the real problem is in that courtroom? This is not just a misunderstanding. This is not a slip up. This is not a courtroom noise. This is the presiding judge correcting counsel based on something that never happened, then doubling down on it, only for the very counsel to say, no, my lord, that's not what he said. If you want to understand why people are questioning fairness, if you want to understand why us observers are stressed about how biased Judge Rata is, the moment right here explains everything. That moment explained everything. The questions everyone is asking. Because now we are left with million-dollar questions. Why is Judge Rata hearing things that no one said? Why defend Baloyi even when the facts don't? How do you make rulings based on a version that doesn't exist? What does this mean for credibility and impartiality? And how many more moments like this have gone unnoticed when it comes to Judge Rata? One thing is clear. If the judicial referee is playing for one team, that match is not fair. That match is not fair. The record is not safe. This wasn't just a mistake. This was a warning sign. This was not just a mistake, guys. This was a warning sign of many warning signs. Judge Rata is not impartial. Is not just defending Baloyi. He is siding with the state. He does not care about justice. He is not interested in any truth in that courtroom. All he cares about is finding the accused guilty. He does not respect protocol. He does not respect court decorum. He does not respect anyone in that courtroom except for Baloyi, of course. He does not respect anybody else. He does not care about the on-watchers, the observers. He don't care. He does his own thing. He is intentional with everything that he does in that courtroom, Judge Rata, guys. He's so intentional. He's so unfair. He's so biased. Judge Rata will give you headache. Oh, sorry, he will give you headache, guys. He is always saying, I listen, I know the evidence, I listen. Mara asho into engeko. He will mess up that record. If it was up to him, everybody else must just listen to Baloyi and him, and then tell everyone what needs to happen, and then they find the accused guilty and he gives a guilty verdict. But the law is against every action that he takes in that court that is not abiding with the law. Citizens must be abiding, law-abiding citizens. But we have a judge, that is a problem. We have a judge, that is a problem, guys. We have a judge, that is a problem. Stay tuned because this trial is far from over, guys. I'm going to bring you all the drama, all the juicy details, and everything else that happens in there. Senzo Meyiwa trial, court drama, legal analysis. I'm not a lawyer, though, but I try. I'm not a lawyer. I'll see you on our next video. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.